and set up here. Alrighty. Let's get into this. Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Give me a thumbs up if the stream is working super well this time. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to be doing this a little bit, making up for Monday. So, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. Hope everybody is having just a wonderful evening. Let's see what we got going on here. Gotta rework my chat box here. All right, we're making up for Monday. So, hopefully everybody's having a good time. And let's see, still got to rework a couple of things here. So as I'd kind of been covering a little bit, the stream Monday was poorly executed. I was on really bad Wi-Fi. I've now fixed the issue. I am now hardwired in, so we should have a lot more stable stream this time around. So, yeah, looking forward to it. If you guys are excited to be here, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're liking. I'm here to help answer any questions you guys might have on kind of vehicle camping, mods on my truck, mods that you're looking for, and just any other kind of any other questions you might have. Let's see. I think recently, my last video, I was talking about some cool bags that I recently got for my Blackstone griddle, my geyser system, and my Devos light bar from Overland Gear Guy. So, awesome stuff. I really like those bags. They're very good. So, I'm going to do my best to try and add a link to my to his shop on my mods page on my website. So, be sure to check that out. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to. We'll just kind of cruise on over to the website. So, for those of you that don't know, this is my website. It's mumfy.us. Just kind of a good landing page. You can check out basically all my socials here. I do have my videos housed as well. I think the biggest section that everybody's going to really be going to is my mods section. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump over to my mods section, where this page here has links and descriptions of mods that I have on my Tacoma. I know that not all the mods that I have on my Tacoma are on here, but if you're ever interested in checking out what I do have, this is going to be probably the best place to find what I have, where I got it, where you can pick them up, and then of course any kind of questions that you have, be sure to hit me up over on Instagram or down here in the comment section. So or even chat. So yeah, be sure to drop your questions below. The so for today, I kind of wanted to go over just some of the camping gear that I have either updated or upgraded or just kind of filled in a gap in my camping equipment. So we will be kind of going through the section down here at the bottom of my kit list, where you can actually find some helpful and useful stuff, especially if you have a rooftop tent or are just looking for things to add to your camp gear that are either seasonal or just kind of give you good ideas in that regard. As I mentioned, I just picked up some new gear bags from Overland Gear Guy. Very, very good stuff over there. So if you're ever interested, be sure to check out overlandgearguy.com. Custom bags over there, but obviously there are some restrictions. So just be aware of that. Brett, how's it going? Thanks for jumping on here and hanging out. I know that Monday was kind of a letdown. It was a big letdown for me as well, but we're making up for it. So hopefully you're doing well yourself. Hey, speaking of Overland Gear Guy, here he is. Good evening. Happy hump day. For sure. It is Wednesday, so hopefully everybody's doing well. I've been talking a little bit about the gear bags from Overland Gear Guys. So thank you so much for being a part of the live, and yeah, really enjoying the 3 bags that I have currently, and we'll be definitely adding some more. And I also like the update that you did to the Devos Light bag. So I like that that full length zipper. I just keep looking off screen because my bags are just right off the screen here. But yeah, so let's kind of talk about some of the camping equipment that I've updated. As most of you know, I do run a 23-0 Armadillo A2. And I'm just going to come up here to this. So it's this one right here. It's a aluminum hard shell rooftop tent. It does fold out, which is really nice, and then compacts into itself. There are 2 variations of this. The A2 is the version that I have, which is equivalent to kind of a queen size mattress, and then the A3 is going to be your larger one, probably more suited for a 6-foot bed, because I have the short bed, the 5-foot bed. This would actually stick out past my bed probably another 12 inches or so. So you get kind of that weird overhang on the short beds. But one of the things that I don't think any rooftop tent company has gotten perfect, and that's going to be their mattress. Um, excuse me. Most of the mattresses that these come with um, don't have like the proper thickness. They say it's a memory foam, but then the memory foam kind of doesn't hold up because you're not getting enough of it. So I always suggest upgrading your mattress to something um, that's going to help make you feel comfortable at night. Now with the A2 and even kind of your Skycamp Mini setups, you're going to have to worry about the mattress actually folding over. So I recommend getting a self-inflating mattress, and this is the one that I picked up. It's pretty inexpensive, but it is a 4.5-inch thick self-inflating sleeping mattress. Oh, goodness. This particular one does fit the A2 really, really well. It is a double. It is a two-person mattress, which is really nice. It does have a kind of a structure within itself to kind of help give it the rigidity. And because it's self-inflating, it really helps. You just open up the two tabs, and it'll self-inflate. And then, if you need to, you can top it off with a pump. The one I recommend, obviously, is going to be the Lost Horizons air pump, because the nozzles will fit the inflation holes on the mattress. But if if once you get to camp, you open up your tent, let this thing self-inflate for a little bit, then you can adjust the firmness or the softness with the pump, and it makes for a good combo for sure. And then when you want to deflate your mattress, this little pump will help suck out the rest of the air. So that way, when you fold it over the tent, it'll go from 4.5 down to basically an inch, which will also help if you want to keep like a summer style sleeping bag, pillows in the A2. When you fold all that over, it helps collapse that a lot easier. So that's one thing I like about this. Plus, the Lost Horizons mattress is pretty inexpensive, so if it does ever tear or something like that, and you can't patch it, and you want to get another one, you can replace it fairly easily. So let's check out some of the comments here. Overland Google, you bet. Happy to be here. You have a fantastic truck. Wanted to see what you're doing with it. Yeah, still, I think I'm kind of to a point where I'm good with where the truck is right now. There might be one or two things that I'm adding to it. I definitely need to add. I've still got some lighting that I need to add to it. One being my third brake light. I keep talking about it. I haven't gotten to it just yet. Electrical always takes a lot longer to film and do and install than I'd like it to, but it kind of is what it is. And then I've also got some rock lights that is also another electrical thing, and it just keeps going. Brett Holmes, honeycomb. As far as the mattress insert, I believe it kind of is. Actually, I'll just go ahead and jump over here. We can see. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't necessarily say, but I know it's got an internal structure that's pretty nice to kind of help uh, with your own personal comfort level. And yes, the truck is never done. How about you, Brett? What new mods or anything like that are you looking to do to your Tacoma? I'm always curious. All right, we've talked about replacing the mattress if you have a rooftop tent. Going on, I'll just kind of cover my 23-0 canvas trail blanket here. I picked this up because I kind of needed one for a um, event that I was doing up in Idaho Falls. I was invited out to be a part of the Trail Racks booth, and it got cold up there. And luckily, 23-0 was kind of up there, and this blanket definitely helped keep me warm. So it's a nice blanket. You don't necessarily have to go with this one. Just find one if you have a flannel black blanket. Um, throw it in your kit. Make sure that you're nice and warm and comfy because sleeping in the cold is not very fun. Um, so yeah, if you forget to swap out your summer sleeping bag for your winter sleeping bag, make sure you have a nice blanket to go with it. um, the geyser system has been pretty interesting. I've only used it once, and I actually liked it a lot. Now, I didn't go with the heated version. This is the version that I have where you have to boil your own liter of water, which you can do on your jet boil or equivalent. And then you fill that up with 2 liters of water, pour your boiling water in there, and it gives you the correct temperature for a nice warm shower. Um, and I really like this system. Super nice. You get to control kind of the water, the amount of water coming through, um, and it packs away really nice. And thanks to the Overland Gear Guy, another big shout out there. I have a geyser bag that houses all this stuff. Typically, the geyser, once you're done using it, you can actually unscrew the water port, which is the taller cylinder, and then you can store everything in there. What I found out is I have put my power cord into a Ziploc bag and stored it in there so that way the moisture wouldn't get in. Well, that doesn't always work the way you want it to, and so now I'm probably going to have to decrustify the DC plug for the power cord, so that way it's going to work properly. But now that I have a gear bag for it, I can keep all that on the outside and not have to worry about it getting wet or moisture or anything like that. So, yeah, just one less thing. So, very, very nice. Brett, I want a GFC. Ooh, okay. Um, are you looking at the newest? Was it their V2 that they just announced? That V2 looks really, really nice. Now I'm also curious what everybody else is actually running on their camping vehicle. So on your Tacoma, your overland rig, what items do you find uh, super helpful, or have you found helpful? What gaps do you have in your camping equipment that you kind of want to add to, or complete your kit? Let me know. I'm really kind of curious. Yeah, that V2 is really nice. As we keep going through this kit, obviously comms, gas, recovery boards, all that are good. I really like this thing though. This firewood log carrier. It is kind of nice to be able to store your bundles in here, so that way they're not rolling around, and it kind of helps contain wood flakes from getting everywhere. It's just kind of a nice little handy thing. I like that thing. Always keep a med pack. So I've got a first aid kit. This is kind of a pretty comprehensive one. Super nice. Obviously, you got your power. I run Jackeries. The Costco kit, find the probably the most practical, simply because you do get in this particular kit, you get the 880, but it's actually 1,000 watt, and then you get a nice little 290 kind of backup, and you get two solar panels. Costco has updated their Jackery options. Let's see. So now you can actually get. Oh, this is still a little crazy for 3,200. Hang on. Comparable. Man, look at that. You can get an 880, which is basically, it is 1,000 watts. And you're going to get their new solar panel. Look at that. They got it on sale right now, $649. Boom. Very, very nice. Highly recommend checking that out. That's actually a really stinking good deal, because otherwise, I think for 1,000 watts, you're almost $1,000 just for the unit itself. Crazy. Overland Gear Guy. I have an RTT arriving tomorrow. First one. Okay. Which one did you go with? Obviously, for that Grenadier, you're going to go with kind of a wedge style, for sure. So I'm curious what model you kind of went with, Brett. I have a Blue Eddy EB55. Okay. Blue Eddy. How you like it? EB55. Let's take a look at this. Do. Well, that was super helpful. Maybe we'll just go to Amazon. Here we go. The EB55, 700 watt. Okay. Yeah, 700 watt. That's not too bad. I will say I do like some of the options that the Blue Eddy has. Obviously, this one's got 4 AC. 4 DC USB A and then 1 USB C. Yeah, it's got a nice setup on the front for sure. Not too shabby. Not bad for the price. Okay. Yeah. Um, I am kind of curious whether or not the let's see. I know there have been a couple of issues with the Blue Eddies running certain things, so I'm just kind of curious if you've had any issues with any of that. 350 with a 1,000 watt panel. Okay. Yeah, that's actually not a bad price for sure. Yeah, having power is definitely a nice thing, especially if you're running a fridge, or if you're trying to charge up any of your batteries or anything like that. I definitely know that I'm going to be needing a large battery to charge up all my stuff, because the camera's not going to charge itself. Um, so making sure that I have all that is always nice for sure. Now, now getting back to just kind of camping equipment and stuff that I've used in the past. Obviously, having a nice little hammock is nice. This one here has a little bug guard. This one is super easy to set up and tear down. Fits into a small little bag. Um, having this. Now I know everybody talks about having an awning and how nice and easy those are to set up, and I do appreciate those for sure. Um, but if you're not looking to spend that much money on an awning, there are several options out there. This is one that I picked up, in which comes with a couple of poles. So you can set this up a little bit differently. I'll go ahead and just click on that. So you can set it up in a couple of different variations, like on here. So it does come with 2 poles. You can do a single one. And it just kind of attaches basically to your wheels with a couple of straps, and then you've got some nice shade and stuff like that. So this is a great option if you're looking to save a little bit of money instead of going, $600-700 and up for a 180 to 270 awning. You can get a kind of a nice quick awning there. I do have 2 big dogs, so obviously I've got a pet cover for my rear seats. This definitely has saved my bacon as far as trying to get dog hair out of cloth seats. So, as anybody can probably attest to how hard getting pet hair out of cloth seats is, this will definitely help minimize it. I do get it along my headrests, but this definitely helps keep the dust down for sure. I have had let's see, Lastfit sent me out a set of their floor mats. I think they're all right. I've been running the KYX for quite some time. And there's a little bit of difference. I think the KYX actually has a little bit larger of a footprint than the Lastfit, but they're both good options. So I have them both here. Currently, I am running the Lastfit rear and passenger, but I'm running the KYX driver side floor mat. And Yeah. Um, I think I did mention sleeping bags. This is my winter sleeping bag. It's a Teton Mammoth. This is actually a nice. It's a nice bag. Nice, yeah, sleeping bag. But man, trying to put this thing away. I mean, it's massive. It I mean trying to put that thing away is it takes up a lot of space for sure. There's a lot of insulation in there. Um, for my summer bag, this is just a really cheap one off of Amazon. Um, super lightweight, um, not super expensive, so I'm not worried about uh, if I tear this or anything. It's pretty easy to replace, but it also is it's a nice little summer sleeping bag. Um, one of the other things I highly recommend people get is a road atlas because you don't always have internet or Wi-Fi, cell service wherever you go. So having a road atlas is always nice. Um, this is the one that I use. Mine is actually, think, I think I got so mine's last year's. Mine's 2024. Um, I just put the 2025 on here in case people want the latest. The nice spiral bound. These things are incredible. I highly recommend getting one. Um, and then you don't necessarily have to buy one for quite a few years. So keep that in mind for sure. Alrighty, let's go back to the chat and see what we got here. Overland Gear Guy, I have that Blue Eddy. It's a nice unit. Very nice. Brett, any plans for a seat delete? This I go back and forth on for sure. It's I I still have the occasional passenger, so it's hard for me to fully commit to a seat delete. But I wouldn't mind um, if I could putting maybe a fridge tray on the back of my 60 rear seat, and then that way I could leave my 40 or the single passenger for a passenger. But yeah, that's kind of where I'd kind of go. But yeah, it's hard for me to do a full seat delete. Maybe when I don't necessarily need um, a passenger anymore, and I can just convert that to a full dog area, then uh, maybe that's when I'll do a seat delete. Overland Gear Guy, look at these Opus Mega 2 Power Station. OUPES. Let's take a look at this. Opus Power Station. Interesting. Let's see, shop. I think you were 2500 watt. Okay, let's take a look here. 2500 watt fast charge. That's yeah, that's not too bad. Wow, it's got a 220 plug. Let's see here. I'll bring you guys over to what I'm seeing here. So, I mean, good grief. Trying to see what that. Oh, it's just a 20 amp. Okay. 20 amp max on that plug. Yeah, so you have a 4 and 2, which is really nice. So 4 USB A's, 2 USB C's, 4 um, AC plugs. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, the expandable capacity, I've seen that with a couple other brands as well. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I think a lot of people are starting to go to the flat top. A lot of people are liking that simply because, yeah, the handle just kind of gets in the way. It's interesting. It's always curious to kind of see what new stuff or what other people are kind of coming out with for sure. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, very very cool. Breeze. Hello, Mumfy and Mumfy Mafia. Gonna have to watch the replay. Well, hey, thanks for jumping on here. We're just kind of talking about just camping equipment. You know, I've kind of covered quite a bit of the mods that I have on my Tacoma. Um, but I mean, if you guys have any more questions, please just let me know for sure. Having a having a good time, just kind of discussing all of those mods. How I've liked certain mods over others. Um, so yeah, be sure to leave your questions. Overland Gear Guy, just ordered double sleeping bags for adult backpacking. Thanks for the link. Hey, no problem. I take it you went with the summer one. And Overland Gear, you can fully charge it from like 40% to 100 in about an hour. Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. Um, as far as that Opus charge station, yeah, that's actually pretty neat. I like how it says like hear from YouTubers on their company page. That's funny. Uh, so yeah, that kind of covers a little bit of what I run as far as some camping equipment for me. Um, uh, as I kind of mentioned in my gear guy overland gear guys bag video, I did pick up a Blackstone griddle, and so I'm super excited to start using that a lot more. I've cooked some burgers on there, so that one's really super nice. Um, uh, and now that I have a bag for it, I can keep all that stuff together. So I'm super excited, super happy about that. Um, let's see. Yeah, making sure that you have some good kitchenware, kitchen gear. That's always obviously important to have. Um, having the right cooler. Now I haven't picked up a fridge just yet. I haven't pulled the trigger on one of those just yet, but there's several that I'm looking at, but I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm just ready. I know that IceCo just is doing a either an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter for their 35 um, aluminum series fridge. And if we go to, I'm just, I mean, everybody shops on Amazon, so let's see. I'll just go to their IceCo store and bring you back over. So their aluminum series, which is, excuse me, good grief. I'm just kind of jumping around here. Let's go. Yeah, so they've got an APL 20, and then they've also got a 65, if I remember correctly. Where is it? Anyway, um, but recently they kind of announced that their APL 32, which they're launching, um, is coming out. So I've kind of been interested in this one. You get kind of that classic, old metal cooler look, but with a compressor. Yeah, it says that it's ultra silent. I don't know because I haven't tried one or looked into that. But this is one that's kind of on my radar. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Let's see, Overland Gear Guy. This is the tent I have coming. The Alto Elite Hard Shell Rooftop Tent, king size bed by 4x4 Colorado. Okay, very nice. Yeah, 4x4 Colorado puts out some good stuff. I've seen. Brett, fridge. Get an outdoor one would be nice. Make my life a lot better. Yeah, it definitely can make things a little bit easier, so you're not having to deal with either soggy food because of melted ice, uh, and having to buy all that stuff. But obviously, it comes with a trade-off. You need to be able to power it. Um, so there's all sorts of fun stuff like that. So let's see. What else? Yeah, so these are the rock lights that I'm going to end up putting on the Tacoma. I really like these. These are very low profile aluminum housing, and these things are bright. Um, Tacoma, what is it? Tacoma Mountain, Utah, over on Instagram, runs these on his second gen, and it is incredible just the amount of output that these little things will put out. Now, if you look at some of the others, like Diode Dynamics puts out one, and they are pretty big. They're about a 3-inch square uh, rock light. Yeah, it comes in RGB and stuff like that. Um, but still, they are pretty big. They do put out a decent amount of light for sure. Um, but these, I think, it really kind of depends on where you want to mount them. So, with these, you kind of have to be a little bit creative to find just the right spot for them. But yeah, once you get them on there, they are incredible. The amount of light that Heretic can put out is incredible. Let's see. Brett Holmes. I have a Costway with the Smitty built 27899 bag. Okay. I'm not familiar with that. Is that your tent? Now, Brett, I did miss your other comment. Look at the kick-ass shower awning drain. I loke it. I think you meant I like it, but let's see. Yeah, the shower awning base works with portable showers to keep feet clean, capture water, and bath pets. And okay, yeah, bathe pets. Um, yeah, I have looked at that. I do like the fact that it does have the sidewalls. Um, I recently switched over to the Kestrel shower from 23.0. This one came with its own roof. Now, don't get me wrong here. Kick-Ass does have an option like this for their shower suite. Their premium one does have a roof over the top of it. Um, the 23.0 actually comes with its own uh, vinyl floor mat. It doesn't have the sidewalls with a hose drain like the Kick-Ass. So I will give props to Kick-Ass for that, but it was nice kind of getting an all-in-one with the Kestrel shower. Because the the Kick-Ass version that I had was just their generic one. So, um, yeah, nothing wrong with either one, but I do like that this one has the black canvas, and I kind of go over this in my video when I update it to my Kestrel. I like the black material because it shadows aren't cast, and that was one thing I was running into as far as the Kick-Ass one with that tan color. But I mean, hey, if you don't mind shadows, it's a great option for sure. Oh, the Costway's a fridge. Okay, the 55 quart. Okay, nice. Yeah, thanks for helping clarify that for me. I'll have to take a look at that. In fact, I'll Costway. Portable freezer. There it is. Just grab the Amazon. Okay, so okay. I think I have seen one of these. But okay, so it's a little taller than it is wide, which is kind of nice. And it is dual zone. Okay. Yeah, actually isn't too bad. Unfortunately, on Amazon, which is where I'm looking at it right now, the specific one that I'm looking at, dual electric, dual zone electric cooler with shockproof LCD display, currently unavailable. So let's go to the one that they do say is available. And I'll go ahead and jump over to this, we're looking at, excuse me, 229. That's actually not bad for sure. Um, yeah, you got a nice little light in there. Dimensionally 13 and a half by 21 by 27. So yeah, it definitely does offer some nice options there. So yeah, good starter one. Oh, you got yours at Walmart. Very cool. Yeah, so these are all really good options. Instead of trying to find the most expensive thing, I know a lot of people um, are definitely trying to do this on a budget, and quite honestly, you don't need the most expensive thing um, to go out and just enjoy camping, regardless if it's on top of a vehicle or on the ground, whatever. I started off with a ground tent. Um, and it took me a little bit to get my truck to where it is now, um, but be sure that you're going to stay within your budget. you know uh, don't I highly recommend not going into debt over over a hobby. So but I'm always on the lookout for seeing what people are putting together, what options are out there, because I mean, no one person is going to have knowledge of every single option that's out there. So getting your feedback, that's great. I love hearing from you guys. uh, it is super great. um, and I enjoy immensely interacting with you on these lives. um, and now that I've got this thing up and running properly, uh, I'm looking forward to better and better streams for sure. But yeah, I think for now, if there's no other questions, I know it's kind of been uh, kind of a slow chat, slow view rate and everything. Supercharged X, just saw you jump in here. Just ordered my full suspension on my Tacoma. Almost finished my interior. Very cool. What suspension did you go with? And what are you doing with your interior? Kilo Alpha, what's up, Mumfy? Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining. We just kind of been going over some camping equipment and what people are running. So yeah, it's been kind of a fun little back and forth, seeing what people are offering, what options are out there, and if anybody is interested in seeing what I have on as far as what I'm running. I do have my website over at mumfy.us. And if you're looking for just the mods section up at the top, you can go to my mods section, and then you can kind of see all the mods that I'm running on my Tacoma so far. And then down at the bottom, I do have some camping items as well, and just other accessories. So that's kind of what we've been covering here on the channel so far. So yeah, let me know. As far as suspension for me, I'm actually on my second set of suspension. When I first got my truck, I was running Bilstein 5100s with a block spacer lift. So that's what I started with. And then once I started adding weight to the truck, I ended up replacing mine with a full Stage 8 Icon suspension system. Um, Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping I was going to get the CDCs with that, the adjustable uh, reservoirs, but the one that I got, the kit that I got, didn't come with the full adjustables. But I did get the billet aluminum upper control arms. I got the RXT leaf pack, and I set that on stage 3, so max weight. Um, and so far, I've actually been enjoying it. It's been a great suspension system for me so far, and I've heard all the horror stories of icons leaking and all that, blah 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 blah. Um, they are rebuildable for sure, but I haven't had any issues with them so far. So far I've been enjoying them. Let's see, Brett Holmes video maybe this weekend. Does that mean that Brett, that you're doing one? I'll definitely check it out. Kilo Alpha, cool. Supercharged Bilstein 6112s, 5160 rear, Icon add a leaf. Alcantara shift boot and e-brake boot. Okay. Is that just going to be like a color match stitching or something like that? Upgraded steering wheel and TRD shift knob. Red leather seats. Ooh. I bet that looks really slick. That's got to look really nice in there. And then Bilstein upper control arms. Okay. Nice. Yeah, the Bilsteins, yeah, you can't go wrong. When I finally have to rebuild my icon set, I still have my 5100s, and I'm going to throw those on so I can still drive the truck while my icons are being rebuilt. So when that day comes, that is my plan. Let's see here. Brett Holmes, maybe. Okay. Very, very nice. Yeah, if you, once you post that, be sure to let me know. I'll definitely check out that video. Kilo Alpha, I'm in the process of figuring out a squeak in my rear suspension. I've got a 21 TRD Pro with stock Fox suspension. I'm starting to think that maybe the spare tire. Um, so it sounds like it's more of a tire squeak on the frame versus versus like a suspension squeak. Is that kind of what you're saying? Because typically a squeak in the rear suspension is either going to be your leaf springs. That's typically where it goes. I know a lot of people have said that the RXTs, the Icon RXTs squeak, but the Old Man Emu I've heard are even worse. Um, so that's always interesting to kind of hear. I probably do have a little bit of a squeak with my RXTs, but it's nothing that's like super annoying or anything. But that's kind of where, I mean, over time you're gonna start hearing squeaks on stuff like that anyway. Keel off with the smallest bump. I hear a very audible squeak in the rear. Hard to track it down by myself. Yeah. Well, if you need to, I guess what you could do is if you've got like a GoPro or like an action camera, maybe you could mount it underneath, drive around, kind of point it at your spare tire, then point it at your leaf spring and see where um, where that squeak might be coming from. Maybe you could narrow it down that way. If it is all by yourself. But hopefully that's super helpful. Brett, yeah, LOL. Yep, I work for Toyota. I hear it all the time. Supercharged. Have you missed using the bed of the truck? Has the rooftop tent gotten in the way of truck duties? In some regards, yes. In other regards, not really. Um, it's actually helped out quite a bit because I've been able to run uh, boards or metal conduit along the top. Uh, these stinking gestures, man. I can do a thumbs up and it'll. Let's see. There it goes. um, no, I've been able to run it across the top because I have my roof rack and then the rooftop tent. So that gives me kind of a nice little straight shot. So where I can run that without having to, angle it in the back of the truck. The 2x4s, stuff like that, I haven't had too much of an issue. Now, if I'm moving a mattress, yes, that would definitely be a hindrance for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to fit an ATV in there either, but for the most part, it hasn't interfered with the type of use cases that I run into. For other people, it might. So, one thing that I've been looking at is there's a company out there trying to solve this, and I've been working on putting together this product, and I've run into a couple of issues that I've let them know of these issues, and they're kind of working on a solution, but it has been kind of slow going, unfortunately, because I really like the idea of this product, and I want them to be super successful for people that have either a bed rack or a go fast camper type, a shell or something like that. They'll be able to take those off fairly quickly, so that way you can get your truck back. But yeah, I know. And speaking with the owner, he has run into a couple of like machining issues with his manufacturers and stuff like that. So I'll need to reach out and kind of figure out where he's at on that, because I want to get that video up and really kind of help take that off. That product off. So yeah, that way I can get my truck back for larger options. Plus, it'll help save the weight when I'm not camping. I can throw the bed rack and rooftop tent back on when I want to, and take it off, and then save the weight, and hopefully increase my gas mileage. Kilo Alpha, I can just step up on the bed, and with my weight, it squeaks. Okay. So, yeah, it might be in your leaf springs. But, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's still a little bit tricky because, I mean, rubber on the frame can also do the same thing. Brett Holmes, we are a truck. Yes, we are, not an ATV. For sure. Well, uh, if there is nothing else, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you so much for joining. Um, just remember, uh, I'm trying to do weekly videos for you guys. Um, Next week is probably going to be a little tricky. I'm going to try and film a video for this weekend. Um, and this video is actually a suggestion from the chat that they were looking for low profile front bumpers. So um, that is that's going to be in an upcoming video. If I don't get to it to have for next week, um, then I'll definitely have it out for July. Plus, I've got a couple other install videos, and I'll be working on a camping trip video as well. So be on the lookout for those. Let's see. I'll cover the last couple of last couple of chats here. Supercharged. What kind of adventures do you have planned for your rig? Do you venture away from your truck once stationed? Yeah, actually have a couple of adventures planned. I've got a week long one that I'll be taking relatively quickly, or coming up fairly quickly. In fact, next week. And do I venture away from my truck once stationed? It really kind of depends on where I'm staying. This trip is definitely going to be more in campgrounds rather than dispersed camping. Because this is definitely trying to get out and see more of our national parks and forests and stuff like that. But so I will leave certain things at a campsite, but yeah, definitely do pack up in order to venture out. But yeah, it definitely can be a little tricky for sure. Uh, let's see, Kilo Alpha future plans. Um, yeah, I kind of covered that. I do have a couple of modifications that are coming up. Um, as far as like upgrading the rooftop tent or anything like that, we'll see. I'm kind of happy with where I'm at right now. Let's see. Brett Holmes, one thing. Did you hear about Dirt Lifestyle? Rip Taco O. I'm not. I have not. What's going on with Dirt Lifestyle? Did I take it? If you're saying Rip Taco, I take it that his Tacoma diet or something like that. Overland Gear Guy, thanks for the live. Hey, thanks for joining. Um, and you know what, Overland Gear Guy, if you're interested, I am looking at getting some guests on the live to talk about their products and stuff like that. So if you're interested, be sure to let me know, and we can work that out. You can talk about some of your latest stuff. So yeah. Oh dang, he hit it. Oh man, he hit an elk. Ooh. Wow. Well, hopefully that elk will be in his freezer, but probably not. Oh man, I'll definitely have to go take a look at that. Crazy. Kilo Alpha, appreciate the live. Hey, thanks for joining. Yes, I am going to end it there. I will check out a couple of these things, and you know what? if any of you guys are interested in joining on the live, um, hit me up. Let's see what we can do. I definitely like to. Another thing that was part of one of the lives was maybe doing roasts of each other's vehicles. So maybe we'll do that. So um, we'll have to check in on that for sure. But yeah, have a good night. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.